Hey guys, how are you? Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? Um, Jackson Tabasco. Look at us. Great minds think alike. We're going to start this thing off. Sean Lowry, guess what? You just got gifted by Jackson Tabasco. And hello, friends. I'm sorry we missed lunch, but we're just in time for dinner. I actually posted my dinner tonight. I made some sauteed spinach. Go figure, right? Sauteed spinach, zucchini, and some shrimp. Okay. Kevin Durant's hairbrush, Grandma 504, Robin W, Triple OG, Melanie Freeman, Jay Blake, Healed 75, Double A, They Won't Let Me Out, Florida T Bird. Guess what, guys? You got some emojis to play with. Go ahead and play, 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 play. They Won't Let Me Out, Florida T Bird. I think that's everything, right? Look, you got some emojis to play with. So go ahead and get your play on. Enjoy. Thank you, Jackson Tabasco, for gifting a friend. I just wanted to give back something right back into the chat as you guys give to me. So I hope any of you guys, if you're over on Facebook and you want to get gifted, make sure that you open up two tabs. Open up a tab on Facebook if that's your preference, and then make sure to come over to YouTube so maybe you can get gifted a membership. Okay, another housekeeping item, guys. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who got here first as I was trying to get things started. Jay Blake, I dare you, and Jackson Tabasco. Thank you so much to the Gangstars. What do you have to do to be a gangstar? Get here first. Get here one, two, three. Not the one, the two, and the three. Okay. Um, if you're not in members, um, you would not have seen yesterday the member live, but I made it available. I put up a 24-hour Patreon post. So if you haven't watched it and you want to watch it, be my guest. I posted the actual video. Those of you who have problems with StreamYard doesn't like Safari, or I don't want to say it doesn't like Apple products, but StreamYard seems to optimize better on, well, how is there an optimize? It seems to optimize on Google, on Chrome. So I suggest Chrome, but at that to my original point, it's on Patreon. So someone asked me, can I beam this to my big screen? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I am not tech support. That is one thing. I was trying to figure something out today, half the day. Okay. What I would say is if you have one of those phones where you can beam, like you can't, I don't believe StreamYard is set up for you to open an app on your TV, but what you can do is beam your phone. If your phone is of a Bluetooth variety, you have a smartphone, a smart TV, you know what to do. And I can't even explain to you how to do it, but um, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But I can only do what I can do. So that's a problem. I think if you talk to one or someone else in your house or someone else that you're cool with, they can help you figure out the way to handle that business with the phone equipment you have. And Harmon, Lady V, Candy Jones time, 320 collection, and Lil Paulette and the gang. Just damn. Wait. Oh, Candy Jones time was already a member. And Harmon, Lady V, El Cid, Lil Paulette. Just damn. Okay. You just got gifted by our good friend Jackson Tabasco. Okay, guys, we're here for a reaction. I know we have some videos that we hadn't really gotten into. Thank you, Jackson Tabasco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have some videos that we hadn't gotten into. So this one I found particularly disturbing. And I was watching with you guys in the comments yesterday when it was premiering on Phone Calls from Prison. Sonya is crazy. Okay. So Nesto found out that the CP charges had hit the internet. And this lady called him, it sounded like the insane asylum. She was singing, talking loud, playing it in the background. The man was on high alert. She knows how to agitate this person like crazy. Like you would think, we just have to talk about this. Like it's the mental illness is real for me. It was giving, wow, this chick is crazed. Forget about crazed, crazy and deranged, like very strange. And that's my opinion based on what I've seen and what I've heard. But this was absolutely shocking. This absolute, like, this behavior. And the man, you say the man is ill and you call him in like distress mode with loud stuff playing in the background, and his world is crumbling. And do we feel sorry for Nesto? Yeah, there's some people out here that do, and there's some people out here that don't. At the end of the day, I feel that he has made his bed and he has to lie in it, and he's dealing with the repercussions of the seeds that he has planted. This is the harvest of the seeds that he planted, right? And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Anyway, let's get into it. We're going to go over to Phone Calls from Prison, a YouTube channel we love to watch, and the video is posted in the description box. Let me see. I also did drop the member join link. Tomorrow we're going to do members and mods. What else? And I think that's it for right now. So the link is there. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this by now. I know a lot of you were in the live. Is this it? I think this should be the link to the video. I hope. Okay, she's like a nurse in the movie Misery. The nurse in the movie. So the lady who was a super fan, who was totally obsessed. She's like Kathy Bates, right? Isn't that her, Kathy Bates? She was such a big fan, right? She was absolutely nuts. Thank you so much for the stickers. I see you guys coming through. Orchid. Hey everyone, says Orchid. Wait, let me make these bigger. Hold on a second. Boom. Okay. Petty Patty says Sonya almost drove me batshit crazy on that call. Well, go ahead and get ready because we're gonna listen to it again. She wasn't it? It was quite disturbing. Okay. You've been waiting all day. Yeah, you know what? I got a late start this morning. If you don't join me in the morning for Messy in the Morning over on Love Lies and Lace Fronts, please do. We were having some fun and I got started like basically 2 hours late. I ordered some, look, I had to handle some YouTube Streets business. I had to go and get some because there's a certain place that we get certain things from where you have to provide a cashier's check or money order. So I had to handle that business. I had to go to the post office. You know what I mean? Like I had to handle YouTube Streets, getting what we need. Okay. You follow me? Business. Okay. So I was handling that and I started like an hour or so late, really kind of almost 2 hours late. And by the time I got off live, it was already 12 o'clock and sis was mentally drained. And I needed to do a couple of other things, just some administrative items like post some things, post that reaction, the receipts video last night about the eviction for Bent Creek. I need to download it, post it to Patreon, put up a couple of things, make it available for all of you guys. So if you did not watch the receipts video and you want to know, like, this is weird, how are they getting evicted? If you want to know how much does Shirley, I mean, like, it's not about what Shirley makes, but Shirley, just the shenanigans of that particular eviction all of it's posted. It's posted on Patreon. It's not on YouTube. I don't expect to see it on YouTube. I hope nobody beams it onto YouTube because they're going to have to deal with the repercussions of posting that information because I'm certainly not. Um, so I'm going to say it just like that. Um, but yeah, it's posted. You guys watch it, and I just couldn't put it on YouTube. It was just too much leasing information. Nothing too crazy, but like I've told you guys, YouTube doesn't like when you put out certain things. It can bring your video drama, and I can't deal with that. So anyway, guys, let's get into it. Thank you so much, Legacy Moon, for your member milestone. Sonya thinks her and Nesto are going to sue everyone and ride off into the sunset with money. Well, good for her. That's what we're gonna say on that. Good for her. If that's what she thinks she's gonna do, good for her. That's a wonderful plan. Low is it Loj? Is it Lojo? Maybe it's Lojo. I can't tell if that's an O or an A. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. Oh, you know what? And I forgot to drop coins on you guys. Ooh, my bad. Thank you for our new member. Thank you for our 2-month member milestone. Thank you so much for supporting. Yeah, that lady can do whatever she wants. We're not giving her any more clues or tea. Sis knows, if sis doesn't know one thing, sis knows I think she is dumb as a doornail. Okay, that's what I think I know as far as my opinion on ma'am, and I'm not helping her. Thank you for handling that business, my baby. Yes, my baby. Okay, thank you, sis. You can read between the lines, right? I was handling that business so that we can have what we need. That TT, right? Okay. But yeah, Legacy Moon. Sis is silly. She's silly and slow. You can't. She can't. She definitely can't sue. Um, especially when you keep coming back for more and more. Okay. Anyway, Portia. Hey, Portia. Hey, Boo Boo. Welcome to my good sis. Thank you so much for making it official. And to Lisa, Petty Patty, and Orchid, thank you for dropping those stickers. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. And where are we? Jackson Tabasco, me and Jackson Tabasco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's get into it. And let's hear the rantings of crazy.
Call between Nesto and Sonya.
Wait,
This video contains one call between Nesto and Sonya on June 28, 2023. This is one day after Storm Monroe aired Nesto's hearing on Zoom that exposed him and the CP charges. You will hear Sonya tell Nesto about this news that she just discovered. Take a listen.
Okay.
Fran, you were on 1000 this morning and we love it. Over on Love Lies and Lace Fronts. It was hilarious. You guys just have to go over there. I mean, we talk mommy content. We do sometimes dash cam, body cam videos, whatever the tea, the gossip is. It's just morning time shenanigans. But it was fun. Thank Jackson Tabasco is really helping things move right along. Thank you, Jackson Tabasco. I so appreciate that. Let me see if I can see where the who just got some emojis. This thing keeps going off because I need to. While this is playing for a second, I need to go handle some business because I ate dinner and obviously I didn't take enough insulin because your girl's type 2. So I got to handle that insulin business real quick because my thing keeps beeping at me. And Harmon, Lady V, is this? No, that's not the one. Later. Okay, that's the one from earlier. Excuse me. Let me let this. It's behind my monitor is behind in the chat. So okay, let's see if I can see it on this one. Uh, Let's see. It acts so weird sometimes, and it doesn't want to let me scroll back. It's like if I don't hit it when it first happens, I lose it. Um. Oh, it is Lojo. Okay, I see Lojo. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you for handling that business. It's getting caught up. All right, let me go back on this side and see if I can see it. Okay, I might not be able to see it until later. Okay, is this it? Here we go. AB Nola, Siobhan, Queen Bee, Miss Mabes, 313, The Best Side, Nubian Queen, Precious, Gigi, Crystal Carrington, Sheila M, and is it Parmana? Oh God, Pramana woman. Wow. Oh my God. Pramana woman. Okay. All right. Pramana woman. Okay. It's so funny. Okay. All right, guys. You just got some emojis to play with. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Are we caught up? Thank you, Miss HLS. Okay. All right.
You better?
Yes, so I got some news.
Huh?
Nesto, I got some news. Hey guys, I'm the bearer of bad news. Here I go. It was giving Grim
I
Reaper,
got some
right?
news.
Okay, what's the news? Bad or good?
It's bad.
What's the matter?
It's all over Instagram. I mean, not Instagram.
Huh?
It's all over YouTube.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Wow.
the court hearing. We got the whole Zoom hearing on here. I'm reading off everything.
He's never been in one of these cases that changed him.
So this was, and we have this posted on our, so let's get through this and then we'll go and watch the hearing. This is what made her call him. This is when Crail Lewis was acting real slow and he was messing up his presentation. He submitted Shirley's affidavit into the court, and they kept talking about that as an issue. And so we'll go back and watch that hearing real quick, but let's take a listen. But just to set the scene, if you have not heard this, she had all kinds of negative stuff playing in the background, knowing this man is in a prison or a jail dormitory. And it was very much giving like uncaring, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's his business.
The kitchen to pass somebody off as a lawyer.
This is YouTube.
Somebody did.
Yeah. I don't know. It's on TikTok.
So this is so in that situation, I believe on that day, Kevin Majeske and ADA Taylor, the black lady with the little pressing the wash and press, was giving her well, it was Kevin Majeske on the call, ADA Taylor was on the call, and it was Crail Lewis. And that's this hearing, okay?
TikTok.
Signed off on, I believe Mr. Majeske can tell you more about
It's on TikTok.
The corn that was found on the computer. It's not those these computers initially put in the Mary, because Mary said it was all kinds of pictures of naked men. Some black, some white. Hold on.
So you hear Crail Lewis talking, but then you hear Storm Monroe talking. And the funny thing is, at least at this moment, I'm not saying that they sound alike, but they do sound alike. The way that Sonya is playing it, it was kind of, at first I was like, did Crail Lewis say that? But that was Storm Monroe talking about, quote unquote, men in the nude versus what Crail was saying. It was kind of hard to understand, but it's weird because What would make her think that she needs to have this playing as she's talking to him on the phone? This woman is batshit cuckoo.
Download a computer.
Hold on.
That's the practice.
That is. Hold on. I'm trying to go back to.
What is
No.
He's like, what is he doing on there? Nesto's probably thinking Crail's on a podcast, but no, she's playing the Zoom hearing. I don't know how many damn handheld devices she has up or how many tabs she has open. The woman is strange. It's even, we know all of, like, we've heard all of this stuff, and even here, do you imagine hearing this live, like, kind of like, hey, what is this? Hold on. Oh, it's on TikTok, it's on Facebook. She's just going on, like, this was this was really kind of a weird thing to do, but you know what? This is what you get. I don't feel sorry for him, because at the end of the day, it was the duplicity of his marriage with Shirley and talking to Shirley and making sure Shirley was in place and Shirley signing affidavits. Even at this point, Shirley is still somewhat in the mist, okay? This is around the time she tells him absolutely not, he can't come live with her and this whole thing. But at the end of the day, he'd been talking to Sonya on the phone. Well, he'd been in a relationship with her, friendship, whatever you want to call it, for over a couple of years now. But specifically to his incarceration in the county jail, he's been talking to her damn near every day for a year about all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't feel sorry for him. This is what you get. This is what you get. You wanted this relationship. This is the person you're dealing with. She's driving you crazy. Congratulations.
They done went on your page. Let me tell you, this bitch on TikTok went on your page and said he ain't shit. Because here he go in my DM talking about, I hear you in Atlanta and give me your phone number. Why he all in my DM? And I'm sitting here like, these bitches is just pushing everything. And she got a screenshot of the message from you to her.
Who are you talking about?
Considering that Shirley hadn't even confronted him about Blueberry Ponytail, and this lady think it's a good idea to confront him about some random lady talking about being in his being in her inbox over a year ago. A mess.
That's on TikTok. Hold on. And that shit old as hell. Why she just putting it on there? Because you ain't.
Wait a minute. Hold on. But that sounds like my lawyer, though.
That was your lawyer. That's the court case, and this guy keeps going in and out. It's a whole hour-long situation that he's talking about. So now, okay, so let me tell you, I got 1, 2.
So she's unable to say, I'm watching a reaction video and they are looking at your hearing and he's doing commentary. How hard is it to say that? She's so fucking stupid.
My sister sent me this. 3 stories here.
Your sister sent it to you for what? You mean to tell me with as much commenting over on Steve Harvey's page and commenting over in the reactors that started talking about this when it started happening, you mean to tell me you had already put a comment on my page? You're trying to tell me that you got this from your sister, that this wasn't in your feed immediately? You were following everybody already. I wish you would stop lying.
2 on TikTok, breaking news. Steve Harvey co-host Shirley Strawberry husband. TikTok, hold on.
Okay, minding my business. Yes, sis. Thank you. It's wonderful to have you all here. Welcome.
Here we have it, Shirley Strawberry's husband in my
Shirley
DM
Strawberry.
on Instagram. He says, "Good afternoon. Send me your number. Are you here in Atlanta?" And I said, "I am not in Atlanta. And why do I need to send you my number?" I really feel like This is crazy. Married men are out of line. Like, they're just judging.
She's trying so hard to put herself out there because right now it's all over the place. That's your story right now. Because
Well, at the end of the day, though, if she feels like, don't be mad because he was reaching out to her and wasn't reaching out to you.
the thing says when she's showing a screenshot, but she's covering up the date. So she is trying to say like it looks like you DM'd her yesterday, which no fucking way you could DM anybody in the last year.
Okay.
So
what else?
And Sonya, how stupid are you? Okay, so you know that, and we all know that the man's been in jail for almost a year. Why did you think of all of the things? She's so insecure. It's really pathetic that she would bring that up. Meanwhile, the world is now finding out not only that you've been in jail for a year, that you are an accused thief and, financial fraudster, scammer, but also that you like nasty porn of a illegal variety, and on the heels of you being charged very soon with sexual assault. So he's just finding all of this out, that everybody's finding out all of his business, but she wants to talk to him about some random lady telling a story about how he DM'd her.
hold on. Let me go to the other one.
All right, so this shit right here.
I'm in a view of it.
We talking Shirley Strider and her husband. Okay, so apparently y'all know they're on the Steve Harvey show. It's the husband right here. He is being trying to like Storm TV got that shit on lock. Listen here, check it out. Let's go. All right. I don't know why this story is even bigger. His name is hold up.
Oh, is that
No.
There we go. His name is Nesto.
Is that Mims?
Strawberry's husband is living in Atlanta. You're going to hear them talk about the fact that Ernesto has lived in Atlanta, I think, for 19 or 20 some years or something like that. But anyway, there's a picture of him. Okay?
It's on the wedding picture.
There's a picture of him.
How many views he got on that?
That's Steve walking her down on her wedding day. Little did she know. I feel like but little did she know that she was walking her way down to a nigga that was going to embarrass her. Oh, they keep telling you got to get married, and they always embarrass you.
On TikTok.
Kind of look like a perv, though. No sleep.
132 views she got. All right, hold on. But the YouTube dude, the one that's showing this, it's only been up 21 hours, and he's got 58,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's going to be devastated. Your son was like, I'm not even going to bring this up because I sent it to Dion, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yep, you see how this man sat here and put these lies and shit, got this man out here looking crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And they keep putting emphasis on girlfriend. She in Buckhead. Oh,
She just has to make this about her so bad.
Girlfriend. He got a hope. Like, I can't believe the fucking prosecutor said that shit. And then they keep putting some strong emphasis on that shit.
So wait a minute, hold on. That's from Monday. That happened Monday.
It's from Monday's court.
Wow.
Hold on.
By the way, how you doing, Mary? Did you ever get out the hospital? Since you was still weed. It just gives Atlanta doing everything but the right thing. It's true. So back to the 80s. He's got a couple. He's got one in 2008, which looked like it's the meaning when they're giving.
I think he should have wrote his thing down because he sounds real. The way he gave his performance.
Now she's giving a whole entire reaction. It's just giving. She's the worst kind of person to have on your side. She's such a weirdo.
You've been walking down the aisle.
What's the sent you that, Tanya?
Trisha.
Strawberry
He just kept texting me and texting. I just kept ignoring the phone. And I was just like,
How are they getting it before you, and why are they getting it, period? Why are they searching things that would come up with Steve Harvey and Shirley Strawberry? Because that's what you guys talk about, Shirley Strawberry and her husband
and then
that
it
you're
just kept
messing with
dinging and
at the
dinging. I'm like,
jail.
what the fuck they keep texting me for? And then I looked at it and I was like, oh shit.
Judge, is history Birmingham and go talk to Richie.
Somebody was on that and heard that.
The Brandon gonna be here first.
They put somebody off the thing once, the black kid that kept talking smack. They made
Miss Vic's counsel, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the sticker. Okay, thank you so much.
her get off the Zoom.
Just go ahead and get your glasses and get your
They
lessons.
keep trying to say, oh yeah, Abu Dhabi, yeah, that's Steve Harvey's son live out here. Yeah, he gonna either run to Miami or where Steve's son lives.
Was I lying to you?
I was sitting here like, okay, first of all, Steve, okay, you don't talk to Steve right there. But you know, of course, the prosecutor know what the actual truth is because he's listening to the phone conversation. He's gonna take it to court and twist it.
Okay, but does it say what I'm locked up for in the video?
It don't say sex. I mean, it says sex and then it says nudity, but it don't say children. So however they got children out of that, because she didn't say it, the judge never said, children thing, but your.
Okay, but look, at the end of the day, Sonya, you know good and well, maybe at that time she did or didn't. Any of these bloggers have a password for Odyssey. Like if you're doing this story and you haven't helped yourself to helping yourself on the Fulton County website, then okay. But I mean, for me, it just had to happen. I couldn't sit around and rely on and wait for someone to post it. And then I had to have my own stuff. So I'm quite sure Storm Monroe and the bigger bloggers who were out here doing it from the beginning were getting documents, logging in. We saw Chronicle Speaks had a bunch of stuff. I don't know how they were getting it. If they have, what I'm saying? Like most people, who do this type of work, it's kind of, I mean, is this what you do? You go to the municipality, you go to the county clerk, you go researching and you find what you need to tell the story you want to tell, right? So, duh, like, how do you think that they would get it? I mean, the funny thing is to me, like early on listening to Sonya, like we knew that she was full of shit. But at the end of the day, somebody with a legal background and even just answering phones in the office, you do pick up some things. And the fact that she wasn't even aware of like an open records request or a FOIA request, open records request, signing into the clerks, just searching open records, period, where you don't have to submit a formal request through quote unquote FOIA, where you're just requesting access through their websites. The fact that she doesn't seem to be aware of that is crazy. How are you in the chat? I'm doing great. I hope you are. I hope you guys, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy all of you are here. Take a minute, look at your phone, make sure you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Alpha David, I see you. Look at you. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit your notifications so that you can be notified and be here as soon as I go live next time. Also, hit the like button. Okay. Hit the like button. It's a free way to support this channel and this content. So if you enjoy this content, you enjoy this channel, this chat, whatever the case might be, go ahead and run me a like. Thank you so much.
Lawyer said sexual. He said sexual crime. Sexual something. But it don't say kids, but it got pedophiles. All of it.
What?
Children.
You come home every day, wonder why all the strawberries gone and all the whipped cream is gone. Shirley, I need you in your pixie down to the office ASAP.
I think his ass in the leadership.
Anyway, being involved or accused or convicted of anything that involves a person passing themselves off as a lawyer or impersonating anybody ever in life. This last case that came about involved
This last case that came about.
A single photograph that was found on a computer that the prosecution, well, not even the prosecution at this point, I guess it's still the police because it's not indicted or accused, claimed was my.
So what you're hearing right now, if you just came in, Sonya is playing not the hearing, she's playing Storm Monroe reacting to the hearing. Okay. So that's why you're hearing, okay, Shirley, over to the office with your pixie cut. And it's funny because he sounds a little bit like Crail Lewis, right? So it's a little kind of, when I heard that yesterday, I was like, this is odd, but then I had to re-listen to it again and realize that it was, and I knew Storm Monroe, I didn't know if she was going in between two different things, but she's listening to Storm Monroe reacting to the Judge Manning hearing on or about what day was that? Look, I'll pull up the date, but it was around this time. It might have been June 26th.
Client and that he was in possession of either the computer or the photograph that's on there. My client has never been accused of anything involving
yeah, so the actual Judge Manning was on the 26th. If you've never seen that, we'll do a drive-by after this is over and we'll go watch that bail hearing, okay?
Community or anything else with children.
Yeah, he said with children.
He's been convicted of things like armed robbery in his past.
When he said that, he should have put a date on that because that shit was over 30 years.
He was saying for 5 years that,
He said, you don't put a date on it, it makes it seem like.
I mean, Sonya, shut up. He's talking to the judge. Crail Lewis is not playing up for Zoom and the public. Nobody knew that there was going to be any public interest in this. Judge Manning just has an open court and she shows her bail hearings on her Zoom channel. Well, her Zoom is on her YouTube, right? That being said, I mean, Crail wasn't playing up for the internet. You're critiquing him based on knowing now that it hit the internet, but I mean, he's a shitty ass attorney anyway. And I just love, I don't think we've talked about this much. I'm sure we've all thought about it though. Crail is a shitty ass attorney. And you found him. You found him. You're responsible for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're responsible for Shirley wasting $30,000, not only just on Nesto, period, but on a shitty ass lawyer named Crail Lewis. Okay. And then Sonya's over there putting bad reviews on his lawyer Yelp. Sonya was the cleaning lady at the law office. You think so? I wonder, for Sydney's cleaning company, do you think so? I personally think that Nesto requested that the lawyer go with Sonya's talking points, and that's why it's sounding so poorly written and ill prepared. Well, you know what? That he's getting he's getting the defense that he's paying for and he's requesting. So no one can say I didn't get, even though your lawyer really should not permit you to make a bad decision. They really need to tell you, I think this, or it's not wise to do that kind of thing. Right. She's the one who picked the shitty attorney and I don't take account. No, she has let me tell you something. This lady she's a mess. Okay, y'all? For real.
It says it was cleared, and he's arrested on the scene. That's the federal.
He should have had that on report form and said it.
So
instead of just looking at his notes and going off of his head. He should have just wrote a report. He just read it like that. And if the guy said something, he should have interjected.
I think at this point, Nesto is still trying to figure out what is going on. Like, what is, you hear how he's just quiet. I think he's trying to figure out, like, what is going on here?
Made notes to everything that the man was saying, and then came back and said on most points. So he should have just read it. Like, his criminal history is in 2001. This is what happened in 1998. This is what happened. He took a plea.
Okay, so basically what it's saying is what everybody's saying is what?
It's in your purse.
Wow.
But they looking at Shirley like they're trying to put it all. It's hitting her job right about now. This shit is hitting her job. Before this shit came out, it would have been better for her to have separated herself before this came out. But if she don't think she was on this, she probably going to. She's trying to save herself.
All right, so text her,
Text her what?
Text her and tell her, show her what happened. That's ground for me, because guess what? That put my life in jeopardy now.
Oh, yeah, because now something.
Now, you understand? That put my life in jeopardy.
The attorney for Nesto is saying don't give him a bond no more than $5,000. He has people that work for him. He got 5 different businesses. He looks like a Butch Queen. He has been in Atlanta for years.
Katie, I'm gonna call you right back, okay?
Man, that shit got me fucked up.
But when they said he can't be around his wife.
So Sonya could have played any replay of Judge Manning's, but she's going to replay the inflammatory. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just thinking about the other person. I mean, like, again, this is his karma. He gets whatever he gets. You know what I mean? But it's just, how can she form her lips to say that she actually cares about this person? She's listening to the reaction where they're calling him some sort of butch queen, all kinds of stuff. It's like, you couldn't find another reaction. You couldn't find just the actual video. Like, this is what you play for a man that you say you care about, and you're just playing this nonstop in the background. She's a nut job.
You heard the lady say which one. That's because Ernesto also has a mixtape.
Oh, man, that shit crazy.
I mean, I do vaguely remember that. I don't know if she was talking about Crail or not. We know that, I mean, at the end of the day, we know that she identified Crail, but it's really funny about the fact that when Crail, the whole situation, the relationship with Crail and him defending Nesto fell apart, how she has quickly distanced herself from any responsibility of identifying this, this attorney, right?
There's another woman. So not only was there allegedly pictures of minors on his computer that he got caught with, not only.
Yeah, I don't know how she found Crail, but she had some sort of association with him. What it was, we don't know.
But the cop dog running off to his boss's house, his Abu Dhabi, and his Steve's house.
This is all the
He got his girlfriend. Hide the kids, hide your wife, hide your dog, baby, and fucking everybody.
Oh, man, that shit got me.
Shirley Strawberry. He did not want to call her name. Call her name. Shirley.
Like, why would you play this in the back? Like, it's crazy. It was giving crazy phone call to me. Yeah, he's despicable. And, you hear about, let me tell you, I've heard horrible stories. Now, that was very unsettling to me, hearing about the interview process, because just from being in talent acquisition for over 20 years and, just how vulnerable of a time it is for people when people are looking for jobs. You're taking time off for work, you don't have a job, you need a job. Some people are in crisis, they're going through divorces, or they just want to come up. They've been working hard, they want something, they want an opportunity, right? And at the end of the day, it's an exchange of labor for money, right? And just the degrading circumstances. But this is one of, like, that story, when she told the original story time and then later hearing the interview, um it's awful. It was absolutely degrading, and he ought to be very ashamed of himself for conducting himself in that manner. And he's no, I don't think anyone, I look, I'm not going to say I don't think anyone feels sorry for him. We know that there are people out here who feel sorry for him, but I'm going to just say I'm not one of them. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I think that he has laid the complete groundwork for everything that he's experiencing right now. And it's, oh well. Do you, I mean, when you guys heard this yesterday on Phone Calls from Prison, weren't you thinking like this bitch is crazy? That's all I could think. I was like, this chick is nuts. Was he telling her to text Shirley? He was telling her to text Hannah when he said, call her because my life is in danger. What is Shirley going to do with his life is in danger? He needed Hannah to know, because Hannah had just become his lawyer. Hannah had just stepped on the scene for some of the cases. So Hannah was like fresh on the case.
Who is this guy?
That same clown that been talking about Steve Harvey.
The same one that you thought you were going to go to for a tell-all interview. Do you remember that? She wanted to get in touch with him. She wanted to get in touch with Tasha K. Well, she didn't say Tasha K. She said Claudia Jordan. She was trying to get in touch with whoever she could for an interview.
He got how many views?
58,000 on one day.
You ain't cleaned out your nasty house. Press to watch that motherfucker.
Oh, he's going in.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that terrible, Miss Bougie Down? Like, it was saddening to me because when you work with your candidates, you work with your employees, and just it's very vulnerable. People's employment is, it's a third of your life in a way. I mean, you spend a third of your day there 5 days a week. And when you're applying for employment, it is a very serious process. The law is involved, and behind the process, there's safety measures in place legally for a reason, because of all of the degrading nightmare stories that have happened over the decades. And to hear that was absolutely shameful and awful. So yeah, that's it. It definitely bothered me a lot hearing that story.
I'm good. She said she need to go on down to Alabama and get on Ricky's show and separate herself from getting her Steve.
She needs to go down to Alabama and get on Ricky Smiley's show. What? I just love how Sonya thinks she can give advice to Shirley.
So 2 people on TikTok redid his story. So it's on TikTok, and Trisha said it just came up on her feed. And she didn't know.
Right.
All right, so what you do is he got to stick with me now, because ain't nobody going to take that shit no more.
212-559. I believe that the other ADA Taylor, has something to say about 23 CP 215407 and the state's recommendation for bond in that particular matter. All right, Mr. Taylor. The law for the stream, but that's where we at. Cheryl Strawberry, co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
That's all he keeps talking about.
I moved it over to the end.
Huh?
I moved it down. So the thing I skipped through it.
You know what? His computer, in addition to cheating on Shirley, in addition to trying to go to Abu Dhabi for what? I don't know because he ain't had no business in Abu Dhabi. He was trying to go to
Yeah, I don't know where the man is, but I mean, Sonya is weird. But again, this is his boo thing, so let him have it. You know what I mean? Sir's getting what he deserves. It's April now. It's gonna be May in 2 days. This man is still sitting right there and he's getting exactly what he deserves. He decided to link up with this woman who has caused nothing but chaos and mayhem. You never know. He might have had a bond. He might have, this could have been obviously the plan all along, but at the end of the day, the energy may have been different had he conducted himself differently while he was sitting in the county jail. We don't know who's been reporting back to Shirley to let her know what's been going on. And with the right attorneys in place, maybe this guy would have been back home. But considering we all know what type of man this guy is, that he wasn't going to be home, he wasn't going to do right. He was going to be over down there to Lamont's and probably be in the middle of trouble and doing, getting a 2-piece and a 3-piece and all that stuff him and Lamont were talking about. He didn't need to be out of jail anyway. Let's be for real. He didn't need to be out, and he needed to be right where he's at because it's a mess. So I'm glad for Shirley she got to hold on to at least a little bit of her money.
You gotta shoot the shit off the prosecutor. You gotta shoot that shit off the prosecutor.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. So you need to. I need to get you text her.
It's constitution of perjury and creditor bankruptcy hearing today. So let's
text him that same thing.
I'm gonna text it to him. I'm gonna just tell him he needs to just check it. That's your daughter. She just get the transcript. Okay.
Well, I'm done.
Basically,
Well, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Ain't nobody finna do nothing with me like that.
Search. Hold on. Oh gosh, don't think that.
Somebody sold him that. Somebody gave that to him.
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone sell that when there are people who hate Steve Harvey and the word got around that Nesto was sitting in jail in Cobb County and it's right there on YouTube. It was right there on YouTube. But someone sold him the story. How could nobody cares about you, Nesto? Nobody sold him the story. Those are so you know how some people that's the I hate Steve Harvey sector. They hate Steve Harvey over there. So the minute that something Steve Harvey adjacent came to fruition, they were on it like any other vlogger, right?
Who did that? But I'm trying to figure out how do you even know to go to court to see that?
There you go.
She's so dumb. There you go.
Somebody
Someone gave it to him.
Room.
Yeah, that's what happened. Wow. Wow.
I don't. Okay, well, maybe one of the other criminals who was on the Zoom hearing was like, "Hey, yo, oh, Grandma Jean, Mama, guess what? I was on a Zoom today with the judge. Yeah, baby, I saw it. Go back, scroll back to the beginning. Did you watch it? It's over there on YouTube. Did you see it? That's Shirley Strawberry. That's Shirley Strawberry's husband. What? Get out of here. Shirley Strawberry's husband? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was like 10 other criminals on the Zoom hearing.
I'm done. I just got to talk to my boy. His house flooded.
You said what? His house flooded.
Yeah, his house had flooded. It was a bad.
This is when Dre's house flooded. When his toilet overflowed. Where's my toilet? Hold on.
It was a bad toilet stool in his room.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bad toilet stool. Is that what he said? Ew. There was a bad toilet stool in his room and over flooded that. Okay, so where's my? I'm trying to find my toilet sound.
That shit been running for like 6 days straight.
I'm the mistress.
Down in his
I'm the side chick.
basement.
Thank you, boo.
And that shit flooded.
I'm the mistress. I'm the side chick.
You gotta
Okay?
get all that shit figured
Good.
out.
Now stop saying
just
it
got
because
a
I'm
phone
going to
call.
agree with you.
Our
I'm
brain
the
is hurting
mistress.
now.
I am
I
the
know. I'm
side chick.
sorry.
I am any.
No, it doesn't
Okay,
be
I
fine
love
by
it.
it.
Thank
I mean,
you,
you know,
thank you, because that's
that's right now. You gotta tell him ain't no way I can get that money now. Ain't nobody gonna give me no money. Ain't nobody gonna give me shit. Only thing I got left is I get him.
It's amazing what they heard, what they want, what they didn't want to hear. Because the lawyer said it. The computer wasn't here. It was a community computer, but it came from. There's
I'm like, damn, it took me toilet.
nothing on his person, nothing on his phone. He has no history. The man is 60 years old. You don't go 50 years being a sex.
I love her theory about you don't go 50, 60 years. How about you can go 50, 60 years and never be caught? How about that? How about that? Just because you've never been caught doesn't mean you've never done it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not a forensic specialist. I don't have access to his computer. But all I'm saying is just because you hadn't been caught doesn't mean you hadn't done it. Okay. Now that's how I knew Sonya wasn't a paralegal. She knew nothing about Freedom of Information Act or that trials are shown on TVs. Yes, she answers the phone somewhere where they file paperwork on probably accidents and car accidents and things like that. She's probably, and not to say that those lawyers are not valid, because of course they are, but sis is doing something very specific, and it's probably intakes and answering phones in probably some sort of accident and injury practice where she is compiling paperwork, maybe a real estate closer. She doesn't seem to know a lot about real estate, but she's over at an office where it was very probably um and remedial, something very much on her level. Um, Definitely reception, but not too in depth. Okay. When she says I had to go meet a client, it's more something like I've got to give them this paperwork. They need to fill it out. They need to, she's handing out paperwork. She's checking and making sure signatures are there, things of that nature. But as far as she's doing task oriented action items, okay? Sis is not being paid to think. She's being paid to complete operational important things, but they're operational tasks. And she's working under direction. She's not managing her own processes or anything like that. Sis has no clue about almost anything. She's very yeah. You wouldn't even trust her to do an intake. Yeah, she's ignorant. She probably has some sort of a questionnaire and uses a tape recorder.
Sexual
Hi,
predator at
Janetta.
60
Hey,
and
boo.
no history of
Hey.
it. That's just not what it is.
No, it's not.
People don't just wake up at 60 and say, "Oh, I think I want to look at some little kids." That's not how that goes.
She's torturing Nesto, right? Mbakati Mumba, like Kumba. Isn't that? It's awful. But then again, we have to remember, okay, who she's doing it to, and then it's kind of like, oh well, this is what you get, right? Okay, that's
So
what
like
you
all this shit
get.
that's going on with R. Kelly, that shit been going on since the 90s, since they were.
No, I don't think he was telling her to text Shirley. I think he was telling her to text Hannah, because at this point they had split a couple of the cases, and these were she had just come on the scene or was coming on the scene. Um what's his name was phasing out. Bamal Chopra had already phased out. Hannah was coming on the scene. And I mean, you already know she's not texting Shirley about saving his life. Shirley would be like, well, what am I supposed to do? Not to mention, this was on her way out the door. I think she was trying to get a hold of Hannah.
Young 20s. They didn't just start. That started when they were in their young 20s doing that shit. P. Diddy was molesting them boys when he was in his young.
Maybe P. Diddy should sue Sonya for saying that he's molesting young boys. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, but maybe she needs to get sued for running her mouth. Like she can run her mouth and insinuate and infer so many different things, but and if that's her opinion, that's her opinion. But it's so funny how she gets to have an opinion and no one else gets to have an opinion.
20s. That shit is not new. Now he's in his 50s. So it runs for him. And that's people that's being less than smart. And people that don't seriously look at shit and not involved in law. Because whenever I hear something, I always look into everything. I don't just hear what you just recently said, like stuff with Steve. It's a pattern with him. It's not he just did this to one, he did it two. He's been married 3 other times before the one he got now.
So basically, it's on TikTok. How many views on
It's on TikTok. You gotta remember, people pass that shit to the next person, like my sister passed it to me.
Right.
Those that listen to her, that's where it's gonna get at. Anybody that listen to her, that talk about her after the radio show, like when they go through their day and talk about it, that's who's gonna get it. So that's who they're gonna send it to.
I know.
So this one is 132. This one got 93. This one got 5,076. This one got 21. Her shit went 5 hours ago.
I just need to let you know.
And 1,759 people shared it.
I think it's like $15 and it's on my list.
Girl, I wish 1,059 people would share my video with the 1,294 that's here now. If you can share, go right on ahead. That helps me. That's another way to help support this channel. Thank you so much.
I know.
I don't even know them folks.
You said I don't even know them
She tried
folks.
to turn that shit into something just because you said, "Are you in Atlanta? Send me your number." That can mean anything. That can mean anything. Send me your number can mean anything. So it don't necessarily mean I'm trying to get in your
Sonya, you don't think we know that?
She's trying to lead to that. And then she said, "I'm not in Atlanta."
Sonya, that's not even the worst of it. Who cares? Did I advance this? Ooh, my bad. That's not even the worst of it. It's like, who cares? You're making a big deal out of something because you're feeling some type of way because that's holla at your boy.
Shit off the prosecutor. Shit off the prosecutor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
She's going to sue the shit. You can't sue the prosecutor like that.
It's to be a perjury and creating a bankruptcy hearing today. So let's
text him that same thing.
I'm going to text it to him. I'm going to just tell him he needs to just, check it. That's your daughter. Just get the transcript. Okay.
Well, I'm done.
Basically on this shit talk.
Yeah, I'm done. Ain't nobody finna do nothing with me like that.
Search. Hold on. Oh gosh, don't think that.
Somebody sold him that. Somebody gave that to him.
I forgot the name of the thing they said. The name of the thing who did that. But I'm trying to figure out how do you even know to go to court to see that.
There you go. Somebody gave that to him.
Okay, back to my point about Odyssey. At the end of the day, if Storm has been following this because they hate Steve Harvey and they already knew Nesto was in jail, it's on Odyssey. Just like we know Nesto has court on hold on, let me look at my calendar because I uploaded to my calendar on the 21st and the 28th. He got divorce court on the 21st and he's got criminal court on the 28th. How would he know? Because they're following the case. Why are you guys so dumb? They're dumb as doornails.
Somebody that was in that room.
Yeah, that's what happened. Wow. Wow. I'm done. I'm done. I just got to talk to my boy. It's house flooded.
Oh, my bad. I went far back by mistake.
And not involved in law. Because whenever I hear something, I always look into everything. I don't just hear what you just recently said. Like, not new. Now he's in his 50s. So it runs for him. And that's people that's being less than smart. And people that don't seriously look at shit and not involved in law.
She's saying somebody is less than smart. Can you believe the pot calling the kettle black? She's over here calling someone less than smart. You got to be kidding.
Because whenever I hear something, I always look into everything. I don't just hear what you just recently said, like stuff with Steve. It's a pattern with him. It's not he just did this to one, he did it to. He's been married 3 other times before the one he got now.
So basically, it's on TikTok. How many views on
It's on TikTok. You gotta remember, people pass that shit to the next person, like my sister passed it to me.
Right.
Those that listen to her, that's where it's gonna get at. Anybody that listen to her, that talk about her after the radio show, like when they go through their day and talk about it, that's who's gonna get it. So that's who they're gonna send it to.
I know.
So this one is 132. This one got 93. This one got 5,076. This one got 21.
So she's running through all the YouTube streets and looking at videos and trying to see what's what and what's what.
Our shit went 5 hours ago.
I just need to let you know.
Damn,
And 1,759 people shared it.
I think it's like $15 and it's on my link tree. With that being said, let's get into it.
And what she's showing is, she posted this 5 hours ago.
Soon to be ex-husband. They were introduced by Steve Harvey. Steve actually walked her down the
Amazing.
I don't care about that lady. I don't even know that lady.
Thank you, baby.
I don't
I
even
know.
know folks. I don't even know folks.
What it is. She tried to turn that shit into something just because you said, "Are you in Atlanta? Send me your number." That could mean anything. That could mean anything. Send me your number can mean anything. So it don't necessarily mean I'm trying to get in your panties. It don't have to necessarily. She's trying to lead to that. And then she said, "I'm not in Atlanta," and you never responded back to her. So if you was chasing tail, it would have been more. You know what I'm saying? But she's trying to put that out.
She doesn't care about him and the CP charges and people finding out about the child pornography. She's so concerned about this man potentially texting someone and saying, "Call me." Like, this is the third time she's brought it up and they've been on the phone not even 20 minutes yet. 19 minutes and 59 seconds, and she's brought it up 3 times. I'm telling you, Sonya is so fixated by anybody who she thinks of as a female threat. I bet you her and her sisters, I'm throwing this out here because it just came over me. I bet you them Durham girls probably used to fight over boys, and it probably wasn't out of the ordinary. She's just that type. Her and the Durham girls probably, this is just my opinion, they used to fight over boys, and then they probably were about like the Kardashian sisters. Okay? If you broke up with him, he's fair game. Okay? Especially with their girlfriends. I mean, they didn't mind, French Montana, Tristan, all of that. It's giving backbiting ass females, and I'm talking about from down the hall, and we share a bathroom and some bloodline. That's why she doesn't like women, because she could never trust them, because she grew up with a bunch of them. That's why she don't trust them. She don't like them. Okay? Now the Kardashian sisters are, they at least love each other, I guess. But they're very competitive, specifically with men, and they love their money. Okay. But you got a house full of sisters like that, and the mother's absent, mom left for a man. It was probably a lot of competition around that house for dad's attention.
Out there to say that, but I think the way it looked like she photoshopped it. So the way she placed herself in front of it, somebody just want to put themselves out there to say, just so they can get some type of look or view or some shit.
Right.
Some crowd chasing and shit.
So, I just need to let
That's fine. How many views she got? 100.
This I forgot. Yeah, she got 100 views. So this says yesterday at 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine.
And then it says yesterday at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so how many?
So it's no yesterday.
How many comments? The bad comments?
15.
Yes.
How is this not viral? She tried to tell us Oh shit, why is this viral? I agree, Shirley is mad judgmental, not with the times. I don't know, I've been trying to get her to see. Girl, a whole year later, it is possible that this is a fake account. Also, her husband isn't on the show. This post didn't age well for him. A whole year later, he was arrested for multiple felonies and 5 counts of child. Somebody look that shit up.
Yeah.
It's true. Trust and believe every word she says. He's a lot of wrong things. Trust her and make it go viral. Don't be starstruck. What? I don't know the way he came at you. That seems like a trap. People ain't ish no more. No hope. I thought it. I thought I said.
Wow. Oh, that's
Fake news.
That's who?
I thought I put them in fake news.
Oh.
Fake news. This one fit. This is huge. Child, how do we not have access to this call? For surely, some men are so trifling. Why should she be embarrassed? He allegedly did, not her. Let me go on and put these charges on Fulton County. Pull up these charges on Fulton County website. I feel so bad for Shirley. This is her third marriage. This Shirley, this is Strawberry Ladder, all right. Is his attorney drunk? She told you she wrote that shit in a thingy. What the hell? Steve has no problem marrying a woman that's criminal adjacent. So he probably thought Shirley wouldn't care either. So he talking about his wife.
That's fine.
Fucking crazy.
And he sits there and laughs.
My life is up. My life done turned. And my brother said he got shit, so I'm glad that it was text to him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It says animal. I'm out. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But this one she got. I'm confused. This label part one, but you skipped over the prelude. I need a better report. Shirley Strawberry's life is just turned into one of Steve Harvey's episode of Strawberry Letters. I wouldn't let Steve Harvey hook my damn cable. Steve couldn't recommend a restaurant to me. Steve couldn't hook me up with nobody. She looked like Dwight from Real Housewives of Atlanta. How you doing? I'm going to write a Strawberry Letter like this in my situation and see what advice Steve gives.
The fact that do you imagine? She is a straight up frenemy. But again, that's what he gets. He's getting everything that he deserves. It's just crazy to me that he's sitting there listening to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, as abusive as he is, I just find this crazy that he's actually sitting there listening to her and not tell her, like, shut it down already, but he's sitting there listening. It's sadistic, and the fact that he actually listens to it, it's like they have a mutual toxicity with each other. He insults her, and then she does stuff to needle at him. I think that Shirley's mere existence made him feel emasculated, so he would kind of low key do things to sabotage Shirley's money, and wasn't paying the bills, maybe not even contributing and taking her money and not paying and keeping up on what he's supposed to be, if he's supposed to be handling the finances. Or, because clearly Shirley wasn't paying the bills. If Shirley was paying the bills, then I would imagine the bills would have been paid, right? So he was finessing her money. The only thing she can read clearly is negative. Can you believe that? And the other content creator stats can't stand this raggedy heifer. She's a mess. She is loving these comments. The reason why Sonya cannot stand the YouTube streets right now is because she's experiencing the part of the YouTube streets that she loves the most. She loves a good drag session. People don't normally find reaction channels until you start going a little bit deeper into the content creators you actually really like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I don't know if there's commentary on half the channels like I watch for enjoyment. Because I don't look for them. You know what I mean? Now, commentary channels, commentaries that do hot topics is kind of a little bit of a different thing, but YouTubers and things like that, I think that she loves this type of stuff. And the fact that it was showing up, Storm Monroe and all that, it was showing up in your sister's feed because that's what y'all watch. Maybe you were trying to get to Steve Harvey some type of way. Maybe you were trying to position yourself for that. I don't know. All right, I got the bail hearing pulled up. We'll get over to that as soon as this is over. Let me clear this thing because I'm tired of looking at this.
Let's hear this. Okay. Now, Shirley, this is just them chicks that got that podcast that like to go in on men and shit. You know, bitter bitches. That's what they should be called, bitter bitches. Now, Shirley, this is Barbara. Where's your letter? Oh, it's that one. Why is she talking like she at an auction? I'm trying to understand what's happening. She couldn't walk me to a corner store. All them damn strawberry letters she need to be doing on the radio. Strawberry letters, Cheryl. What?
And the fact that Nesto is letting her sit there and talk on his wife, he's disgusting.
I don't know what to say. This is giving Wendy Williams and her ex.
I'm good. I'm straight. You know, one thing somebody told me a long time ago. What sells is drama. People love drama.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They're skipping over everything that it's alleged. I say that with everybody that is getting accused. It's like that one guy who's getting accused now that did the Creed movie, right? He beat up his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And you see this bitch at the club right after he allegedly beat her. I'm like, y'all need to stop running and thinking every time somebody's accused that it's an automatic guilty thing. But if you don't deal with the justice, like I deal with it, so I know how the prosecutors work. I know how the system is fucked up and how they like to overcharge and charge you with, you know what I'm saying? I understand that, so I get it. So, but that's me. So that's how I look at everybody's case when I look at stuff and hear stuff. I be like, man, whatever.
Did she text you back yet? Should have called her.
But me, I get dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto.
I wonder if this is why Shirley has a strained relationship with her daughter now.
That's her daughter.
That's weird. You think that's her daughter saying that? Kimmy dumb. He always seems suspect.
That's her daughter. Out of all of the people who could have commented, he just immediately like, oh, that's her daughter. That's her daughter. These two are so strange. Sonya wants to be Nesto's Coretta.
I wonder if this is why Shirley has a strained relationship with her daughter.
That's her daughter.
Maybe. Let me see who this person is. Martha Dude. The picture dude at Kimmy Dumb, but she got 0 followers. Yeah, that could be a dummy account. You just write stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna hit for about a week.
Yeah. You have 1 minute remaining.
Of course, to the next big story, and then this will be, except for people who really fuck with them. It's gonna fade away,
Right. I really nobody don't really give a fuck about me anyway like that.
I do.
No, they don't. Not really.
I do.
You say you do? Yeah, you do.
Tell me right back. It's cool.
Yeah, you're a whole flunky. You're a whole helper chick.
My brain is scattered everywhere.
Sis, you're the help.
I know. It's just a nightmare, basically.
One thing is another. One thing.
That's fine.
One thing for certain, 2 things for sure.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When all of this is over, when court is done, you are stuck in it. The court is over. It's over. You want to go. After court is over with,
what time is 7?
It's a wrap.
Yeah, call her. Yeah.
For who?
The lawyer girl, whatever.
Thank you for using.
Yeah, so he was talking. He wouldn't. I know. For some reason, people think that Sonya was out here talking to Shirley. I mean, come on, let's be for real. Could the side bitch call you? Even if you had a Nesto, I'd never have it. Okay, we know you wouldn't have a Nesto, but could the side bitch call you? Let's be for real. Shirley is silly, but I don't think she's she's that silly. You know what I'm saying? Like she barely talked to him. You think she's going to talk to some dummy named Sonya knowing that that's her? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? She just won't stop. Anyway, let's pivot, guys. Since we heard about the bail hearing, we've all seen it. It's good to get a refresh because a lot of this led to the RICO. So let's get back into it real quick. I think it's worth watching. Some of you guys may not have ever seen it. Maybe some of you have, but oh, what a difference all of this time makes. Because guess what? We have now. We got a whole entire RICO, right? RICO is here. Okay. Let me fix this. Hold on a second. Let me put it here and do like that. And okay. All right, let's get into it.
He has not missed any appearances in relation.
Uh-oh. My bad, Joe. Okay, are we back?
Missed any appearances in relation to the other court date. Was released on his, I guess it's a different, he was for that since he's been in custody in Fulton County.
Give me just a second. All of a sudden my resolution went bad. Okay, let me fix this.
Before this incident that is charged in the case before you today, he had not been in trouble for 6 years. He'd been
Okay, we're waiting for our situation to get started. This is when Nesto was showing up to court with a COVID mask on, and so you see Nesto's right up here, up top. All right, let's advance it just a little bit more. I don't want to do too much because it's like only just a little bit of time, and then it's like it switches the scene.
additional charges that relate to the same incident date. So it is technically
from 1105 Research Center Drive. You're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for. Medical, that includes on the exact location you're gonna be working. An ankle monitor will be paid for by the 1,000 count 2. Best of luck to you, sir. 10 and 2, 12,000. You can lay the bill.
Okay, so this is the call we just listened to. The call we just listened to. Weirdo chick called her man pretending to be oh so concerned and didn't even pull up just the actual hearing. She pulls up a reaction channel giving him and the wife the business. And this is what she was listening to. I'm going to probably try to interrupt minimally, just in case some of you have never heard this before. Bonafide baby. Hey, Bonafide baby. Thank you for the sticker. Dark and lovely. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you to both of you. Thank you, Dark and Lovely, becoming a new member. And thank you to Bonafide baby. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let this rip and interrupt minimally. Okay. And then we'll talk about it afterwards. Let me set the scene. Boom.
Just before he leaves the booth, it's 76 days on that, so it won't be filed until the 91st day.
Right.
the bond order won't be filed till the 9th.
Right. Just following instructions.
Is there a reason for that, Your Honor? I apologize for the delay.
Following instructions.
Bullshit.
Oh, see you later, Miss Ferguson. Goodbye. Appreciate that. Don't let Miss Ferguson back in.
Sorry about that, Your Honor.
That's okay. Yep. All right.
Thank you
Best
for
of
your
luck to you, sir.
consideration.
So we'll
Have a
count
great
out the
day.
days that'll be put in place on the 91st day. All right.
Very well. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right. Ernest Williams. Don't let that lady back in. Ernest Williams, wave your hand. Hey,
I heard
is
you,
that the one?
judges.
All right. Here we go. It's position. It's there's 4 cases, I think, for Mr. Williams. Position 2 is 22 CP 210 500, 355 days without indictment. There's a $15,000 bond as of 10/31/22 for theft by deception. Let's see, 22 CP 2.
Just to make sure we are all on the same page, and I will put this on the screen. This is June 26, 2023. June 28th, 2023. And he said, when was that? You talking about Monday? Monday, June 26, 2023. The call we just listened to was June 28th, 2023. I'll put it up on the screen. Okay. Okay. Twirl. Okay. Okay.
211078, Ernest Williams, 355 days without indictment. $75,000 good bond as of December the 31st, 2022, with 3 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. The 4 is 22 CP 212559, 355 days without indictment with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. And there is a $20,000 split bond as of 10/17/2022. Position 5, 355 days without indictment, 23 CP 215407. I'm assuming you want me to waive, Mr. Lewis?
Sure.
All right. I can say it if you want me to, or do you want me to waive?
I don't think Mr. Williams cares. Well, yeah, wait, Judge.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 other felonies on there that have to do with the nudity, let's say. No bond as of January the 13th, 2023. Freak! Rah!
In regards to Mr. Williams, still other open cases, 22 SC 18443, theft by taking, theft by deception, 22 SC 184-402, theft of services, deposit account fraud. Both of those are assigned to Judge Edwards. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Lewis.
All right, Judge. You mentioned all the days on Mr. Williams. I don't find it to be a good use of anybody's time to go back through all of that. I believe Mr. Williams, my client, is now 59 years old. When I believe when this case first began, he was 58 years of age. Judge, he was born in Augusta, Georgia. He has lived in the Atlanta area since 1994. From 2015 to 2019, he lived in California. He got married in 2015, Judge. He is the father of 6 kids and 4 grandchildren, some of them in the state of Georgia. His oldest granddaughter is a student at Georgia State University. Judge, he has owned grooming parlors, some barbershops, both in Peachtree and Far Road, as well as in Sandy Springs. He sold some businesses, some land to the city of Atlanta in 2016 from those first sets of business. In 2021, he opened a new location, Nesto's Grooming, which 2 doors down from the old location. That business has been dissolved partially because of what is going on today with him sitting in. So in other words, he's losing money from his businesses from being in here. And that has been testified also to by one of the law enforcement officers from Roswell. He had owned an unarmed security service, Nesto's Elite Security Company, where he had a number of 1099 persons working for him. Judge, my client has a number of felonies in his past. Those felonies go all the way back to the 80s. He's got he's got one in 2008, which looks like it is a merger, meaning when they're doing the sentence on one, they're doing the sentence on the other. And there is a deal, and my client decides to take the deal. His wife resides in Buckhead, and you will see, and I think that is the Buckhead community. She doesn't say Buckhead on her affidavit, but she does reside in Fulton County and in Buckhead. Judge, his history, there's nothing in the last 10 years. He's never been in one of these cases accused him of attempting to pass somebody off as a lawyer. His co-defendant in that case has a consent signature bond that has been signed off on. I believe Mr. Majeske can tell you more about that when he gets to it. He has never himself been involved or accused or convicted of anything that involves a person passing themselves off as a lawyer or impersonating anybody ever in life. This last case that came about involves, if my understanding is correct, and I don't know because I haven't received discovery on it since it hasn't been indicted, a single photograph that was found on a computer that the prosecution, well, not even the prosecution at this point, I guess it's still the police because it's not indicted or accused, claimed was my client's, and that he was in possession of either the computer or the photograph that's on there. My client has never been accused of anything involving nudity or anything else with children. He has been convicted of things like armed robbery in his past, and that occurred in Cobb County. I believe he was sentenced to 5 years back then on that. Bank fraud when he came to pick up a check that they said was cleared, and he was arrested on the scene. That's his federal case. So that's the kind of stuff my client has been convicted of in his past. And so far, nothing else has happened on these cases. The oldest you've quoted the dates on, the youngest you've quoted the dates on. All of those dates are beyond the 90 days, some of them beyond 180 days. So what I'm asking for, Judge, is on every last one of these cases, if and where you can, that you enter in a unsecured judicial release that mirrors his co-defendant on one case that she has with him that was consented to, and on another case where there's 14 counts where she engages or is alleged to have engaged in similar behavior as to what she is accused of in this case. On the rest of them, Judge, I'm asking for a UJR, but in no instance of an amount of a bond greater than $5,000 per count. On one of the bonds, I believe that you signed, Judge, you tell him he can't be with his wife. I'm going to ask that you.
Is that Melody Scretchen?
No, it's the other lady, the SS lady.
Oh, Strawberry.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, let him be with his wife before we end up having a divorce matter in Fulton County. Judge, also, you tell him he can't reside. I have an affidavit. His wife is a person of some public notoriety. She's given me the affidavit, Judge. I did not file it in because if it's filed, she likes to kind of remain private where she can, when she can. And so she asked that you take the necessary measures. If you want that filed in the court, we can do that. We can publish it directly to you right now so that her address doesn't become common knowledge for her public. Although she loves her public to death, she wants some privacy occasionally as well. And so that's what we're asking for, Judge. I believe that's the sum total of it. I'm sorry. There are two other matters that my client has in his history that I've been told of, but I haven't been provided with anything on. I understand that he has a warrant for a misdemeanor case out of Henry County that's still awaiting. And I've been told that there's a matter in California that the California doesn't want to extradite. I can't provide you. I wish I could give you more on that, but I can't. I don't have it. All right, so that's my request, and I thank you for hearing me.
All right, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on. This will be Kevin Majeske for the state judge, and this will also be ADA Elise Taylor. I wish I could be quick on this one, Judge. This is an extremely dangerous person we're dealing with here, and there's going to be numerous upcoming warrants coming in this case. I believe Roswell told us today when we checked for an update. Before the 13th, there's going to be about 15 plus more warrants coming his direction, serious felonies in there, for sure. The reason it was the 13th was so particular is because the last time that these particular cases were heard was in the month of January by Judge Belinda Edwards. She actually heard all of the CP cases, and she also heard all the SC cases. Then she entered a ruling on one of the SC cases on the record, and for whatever reason, didn't put anything else on the record for the other ones. But Mr. Lewis and I had about, I think it was a 2.5 hour bond motion on that particular one that day. This will be considerably shorter. Yes. But Judge Edwards heard them back then. And if you note the bond order that she did file in, I believe was on 22 SC 184403, she denied bond in that case and left the no bond in 22 SC 184402, noting that he was an extreme likelihood to commit additional felonies. Going back to his history, Judge, of course, as Mr. Lewis correctly stated, starts in the 80s. He has a laundry list of crimes of moral turpitude that he's committed, multiple armed robberies. There was the one in Cobb, but he also committed another one in Douglas County as well. Got 10 years of custody for that, a short custody time in the first one, 10 years in the next one. Then, of course, false statements, multiple FTAs, probation violations, and the bank fraud, which he actually did get federal time for as well. So it was a little bit more complicated than it was held out to be today. He's an ANC recidivist. To address Mr. Lewis's statements that he made about the California cases, it's true, he does actually have 2 warrants for his arrest out of California. Those are, as Mr. Lewis said, non-extradition warrants that he has present in both those cases. And we have the reports and the warrants in those cases in our file. They have to deal, both of those cases have to do with transporting stolen cars back here to Atlanta, actually, is what it says in both of those reports. One of them was out of LA County and one of them was out of Orange County, I believe. And then, of course, there is the case that the other county in Georgia has the hold on him for as well, Judge. When it comes down to these particular cases, I will note for the court that he does, I believe it's on case number 22 CP 212559. That case became kind of like an amalgamation of a few cases when it got entered in the clerk's office. I believe there's 3 charges on there that have no bond currently. We did address that in front of Judge Edwards, as Mr. Lewis could tell you as well, last time we were there, and I agreed with him. He was entitled to a bond then, still is now. And I had proposed, when Mr. Lewis and I had talked, a bond of $25,000 per on those particular charges. The reason I proposed that particular bond is because that particular bond mirrored what he had in the other case, which was $25,000 good as well. Judge, we consider this person to be a flight risk. We have jail calls where he's talking about going to see his girlfriend in Florida, multiple times actually. We have a call where he was talking with his wife about going to stay in her boss's house. I'm going to leave out all the names here, as Mr. Lewis did as well, about her boss's house in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, quite far.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I feel like I've been really good about not interrupting. They said they have a call with his wife talking about going to Abu Dhabi. Now, that could have been in Fulton County before he got to Cobb County. That could be it, because we hadn't heard that in any of the Cobb County calls. We have no access to the Fulton County calls. But considering all of the tea that they have regarding this, this situation, I truly doubt that they're going to sit up there and lie about the phone calls. I don't believe that. Um, but let's keep going. And thank you, everyone who's here. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, make sure your notifications are set, and also hit the like button for me. Okay, let's go ahead and continue, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you, everyone who came through tonight. I appreciate y'all very much.
Far away from here, quite far removed from any court's jurisdiction here. And just the general scheme that's been going on here, Judge, when we were last in front of Judge Edwards, she put us on the clock, said, you guys got to get this done. You guys got to get this investigation done. We've been working with Roswell off and on, talking to them to see where their investigation is. It's on schedule. It will be done by the 13th. He'll be served with, like I said, 15 plus new warrants, some of which are very serious, that this court, just to put it out there, that this court may not even be able to consider, unfortunately. It would have to be considered by a sitting elected Superior Court judge. And for that reason, I would have to recommend the $25,000 per on the 22 CP 212559. I believe that the other ADA Taylor, has something to say about 23 CP 215407 and the state's recommendation for bond in that particular matter, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Taylor.
Good evening, Your Honor. Yes, as Mr. Majeske has stated, he's considered dangerous. There are several pending warrants that will be coming out that, based on their content alone, there's a great likelihood that he's someone who will commit further felonies. Furthermore, without mentioning the facts of the case in front of us, children were involved. The state is requesting a bond, knowing that he has to have a bond because it's been well over 200 days, a bond of $200,000 per count, giving us a grand total of $800,000 bond for the case involving the exploitation. There are 4 separate counts there. As standard, I would also request that there be an ankle monitor placed on Mr. Williams, as well as that he surrender his passport, not leave Fulton County, have no internet access at all, and no contact with any minors or animals. But again, he's met all the Ayala factors. He's a flight risk, as evidenced by phone calls that we've heard.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
and Judge, just one more thing. If the court is inclined to grant a bond on this, which would see him released, the state does have a number of people we would be requesting no contact with as well.
All right.
Before you go, I'm sorry, Mr. Majeske, finish up.
Oh, no problem. Melody Scretchen,
Okay.
Gail Bickham, Alasia Alexander, Leilani Thwaites, that's THW, Miles Williams, Lakeisha Williams, Brianna Jordan, Deborah Johnson, Sheridan Strawberry and her kids, Olivia Washington, and Erica King or Erica Hughley. That was the person Mr. Lewis was referring to earlier, who is her co-defendant in this particular matter, Judge. And yes, the court did, as he noted, we did enter into a consent bond with her. That was for reasons, of course, that we're not discussing here in court today.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Lewis?
Yes, Judge, one other thing, and I would, so the other thing that I've got, Judge, is although Mr. Majeske speaks of these things, and so does Ms. Taylor, there was no evidence offered to any of these things that are now being alluded to during that hearing that lasted for 2.5 hours. None of it. There was, and I permitted it, Judge, during the closing argument of the state, I permitted them to talk. I didn't object to any of it, where promises were made about upcoming charges upcoming to Judge Edwards. And we have made it from January 31st all the way now to June the 26th. And we're told that in the future, something will be coming. I'm asking this court to give the future no credit whatsoever, because we had a whole bunch of future between January 31st and June the 30th. And if we keep on...
I'm sorry, Crail Lewis really thinks he says, I'm asking that you give the future no credit. He thought he really, sir, you have been stuttering the whole time, and now you want to think that you're going to drop the mic.
Giving the future credit where things don't show up. We'll have a person sitting in jail who hasn't, not the issue of not being convicted, but not even accused and being held. And so I'm going to ask the court, reiterate my request to you before, UJR, no more than 5,000 counting everything. And I did not hear Ms. Taylor tell us whether that was more than one picture in those 5 counts or not, but I thought it was one picture, or at least I believe that's what Mr. Majeske told me, but it's been so long ago since he talked about that. I can't rightfully remember right now. Thank you.
It's 4.
Your
I
Honor.
can no, it's 4.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Clark.
Yeah,
Taylor, sorry.
Mr. Majeske addressed it. There were numerous images, actually. And as a matter of fact, the reason the case is still ongoing, the investigation is ongoing. Several more witnesses have come forward between January and now. They're still coming forward. We're trying to have a thorough investigation before we just indict. We can't just.
I got you. All right. Bob South, booth 1. Head up. Everybody sit up straight. Sit up straight. Trust me, I'm tired too, but I've been working all day. Sit up straight. There you go. All right. Position 2, ending in 0500. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. You must surrender your passport to Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis will put it in his safe that he has with all his money locked up in. Cannot leave Fulton County, cannot leave the state of Georgia. Stay away from 7100 Suttles Drive. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. You're going to have a 24-hour curfew with an ankle monitor paid for by the county. You can leave for court, medical, employment, attorney's visits, and job, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, the exact location it'll need to be working. It'll obviously need to be in Fulton County. No further contact with Melody Scretchen, SCRETCHEN. If you got all that right on that one, that'd be a $5,000 good bond. Position 3, ending in 1078, 5,000 each count. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Erica Hughley, Shirley Strawberry, Erica, let's see, Brandon, oh my goodness, okay, let's see, Gail Blickham, Alana Alexandra, you said? Layla, oh gosh, you got to go, Mila Williams.
Judge and Deputy Clerk, I think it was Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Requested I send her all the names. I'm going to be doing that as soon as you.
All right, good. You rattled those off. So those names: cannot leave Georgia, cannot leave Fulton County, must surrender your passport to Mr. Lewis. Like I said, he'll stick it away where he's got all his money. All right,
Judge, clear it up for me, please. You mentioned Shirley Strawberry. You did not mean to mention Shirley Strawberry. Is that correct?
Sheridan.
Sheridan. Okay, yes.
Sheridan. Sorry, Sheridan.
Okay.
So Sheridan Strawberry, SHERIDAN. I apologize. I've marked through that. That's why I guess I'm
okay.
Right. You got the ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical visits, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, the exact location you'll be working. And you can just lift all those on that one, Ms. Hunter. Position 4, ending in 2559. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. You have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, the exact location you'll be working. No further contact with your co-defendant, Erica Hughley. And here I've got Sheridan Strawberry and Amanda Johnson. No further contact with them. 5,000 on each count. 20, position 5407. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. You're going to have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, the exact location you'll be working. Can't leave Fulton County. You have to turn over your passport to Mr. Lewis. No further contact with anyone under the age of 18. No social media, no internet access. Surrender your passport, like I said, and you cannot leave Fulton County. 200,000 on each count. Best of luck to you, sir.
Judge, are you appending that language too? If in fact he's got that hold in Henry County that the ankle monitor gets fitted upon return?
Yeah, he'll have 48 hours to have the ankle monitor placed on his ankle if there's a Henry County.
Right. Okay.
I think I've covered everything, right? Internet access and animals. Animals. I've got animals. No contact with any animals of any kind.
Okay. No animals. Gotcha.
All right. Thank you much, Mr. Lewis. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
And Judge, would you like me to copy you on that list of names as well?
Sure, that'd be good. You can do that. Thanks.
I know. So I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. Tyrone Morrow. Excuse me. Tyrone Morrow. Thank you. All right. This is position 22.
So my God. Yes, the baptism, it started at that moment. It was pretty brutal. I mean, look, we've known this for a long time. I mean, Majeske is, and Taylor, like this was all coming for a long time, right? Okay. Where am I? Just a second. Let me see. Is it on here? While we were listening to the bail hearing, I made that. What do you guys think? If you have not hit the like button yet, if just for the on the fly visuals, give your girl a like, okay? Look, this I guess this hit the streets yesterday. One of my good sisses from the YouTube streets shared this with me. Thank you so much. You know who you are. This would be a mugshot, okay, for young Sonya, who appears to be wearing a 4 to 6 piece quick weave, maybe. So if you had not seen this yet, get into it. I want to say this is from the 90s. Clearly the 90s. Sis. Okay, sis. Okay. Anywho, you're screaming right now. I'm screaming in Walmart. The scream that I scrumped, okay? You know me, I got to remix everything. So I'm working on something else too that you guys are gonna. I was laughing myself. I'm just not done with it. I didn't have enough time to really play with it today and get the right amount of stank on it before I come show it to you guys. But this is something new to just add to our visuals. Anyway, young Sonya, okay. Okay, interesting evening, right? I feel like we saw a good video or two, and just the sheer torturing of holla at your boy in jail. The crazy lady that he calls Boo Thang, her playing reaction videos. He's trying to have a nice evening over there in the lockup. And she's calling with Storm Monroe and all kinds of reaction videos, and he's asking about the views and silly stuff. Anyway, and then we watched the hearing that she was talking about. So let's talk about the hearing for just a second. Um, the hearing was interesting because we heard a lot of names. I'll tell you what, in June last year, I didn't know anybody she was talking about. Someone said, "Who's Amanda Johnson?" I'm looking at the indictment real quick. I'm searching through the indictment to see if that name comes up. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let's do a quick search in the indictment to see if Amanda Johnson's name comes up. The indictment is extensive. Okay, let's see. Amanda. Let's see. Amanda. April Holloway, Nicholas Benzine. Amanda Johnson. That name isn't showing up in the indictment. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, let's do this. Amanda does not show up in the uh, okay, so I'm looking. Johnson. No Johnson, no Amanda. So yeah, I checked Amanda Johnson. She's not coming up. She didn't make it to the indictment. So not to say she's not important. I don't know who she is. She's not in the indictment. But there were maybe just the exception of a couple of names that were like, now I know who everybody is on that list. It's just funny that at this time, when we first heard that hearing, I was just like, who are these people? We knew Lakeisha was his daughter. I don't know that we knew my Miles, or it's spelled with a Z. Miles was the daughter. Um, there's a bunch of people. I'm not going to identify everybody. Like, you heard the names. If you don't know who all the names are, it's going to come out. But a lot of them were victims. Some are cohorts. So Erica King, Alasia Alexander, um, who was known as AKA Dominique Alexander. If you watch the video that I put up on Patreon, you can click into it's on the community wall. It's going to be there for 24 hours. If tomorrow afternoon you haven't seen it and the post is gone, just know it was a 24-hour post. So if you're in members, you have access to it. If you don't watch it tonight or into tomorrow afternoon, but Dominique shows up in the eviction that ended up with multiple felony counts of identity fraud, filing false legal documents. There was a whole situation with one of the dispossessories that became a key part of this indictment. It's about maybe 7 or 8 counts or 7 or 8 acts of the indictment. So get into it. Thank you so much. Remember, a few names dropped off a while ago. Yeah, so maybe some people kind of went away. Others maybe Amanda Johnson could have something to do with another case. Let's also keep in mind they were talking about the sex crimes and they were talking about the financial crimes. So it's quite possible Amanda Johnson could have something to do with the other set of cases, right? In all fairness, she could still be around, but as far as it pertains to the financial crimes, um, I don't know who she is. I don't have any documentation. We'll keep our eyes out for her name. I'll look through I'll look at the cases that they mentioned in this hearing and see if I can find anything in the original warrants and the bail, the order for bonds, because that'll give me a clue as to what paperwork to go back to try and trace back who she was. So thanks for bubbling up, Amanda Johnson. We'll figure it out, but she may have either gone away or she might not be in. You don't care who she is. Someone else asked though. Let's see. She hired Crail and then threw him under the bus. She sure did, but that's Sonya. Sonya's trying to stay close to her mark. Sonya's crazed look in her eyes like Linwood Field in a thin line between love and hate. Are you, let's see, hold on a second. Are you talking about this? Let's see, hold on. Let me make sure it's on repeat. Are you talking about this? This is probably right before she went to the women's jail in Ohio. Okay. You like that? Lady Diamond just laughs. She's getting a good chuckle out of that one. What makes you laugh more, the flames or just the mugshot in general? Is it the flames, the burning flames of hell? I don't know why that's my favorite effect on my little editing software that I use, but if you notice, I give everybody flames. It's nothing personal. I give it to everybody. Okay. Let's see. Where is I just uploaded my outro. Okay, guys, this was fun. You guys are amazing. All of you who came through tonight, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here, and I will see you guys at some point tomorrow. Probably at lunchtime. For Bougie Gang, your lunch is ready. Anybody who watched Miss Netta, let me know down in the comments. I was watching Miss Netta make Charles some lunch today. If you watched it on Facebook, I was dying. Miss Netta had some bad comments and she was like, but y'all gonna watch anyway? Charles, and she didn't even plate Charles's lunch. I guess she's gonna do it for a video, but her live stream of her making him lunch. Oh my God, that was funny. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. That's one of my little guilty pleasures that I like to. I just love when people go live and have bad comments. And just to see how they handle them, right? Some people handle them, and then some people let the audience handle them. Like if you're gonna do this social media thing, you got to handle it, right? Because the other side of it is that they're gonna handle you and you're not gonna enjoy this experience much. It's very much fun. I enjoy this a lot, but you got to learn how to handle it, or else that internet's gonna handle you and you're not gonna like it very much, right? Right, Sonya? Right, Sonya? Okay, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.